Hi, this is Michael Wudyka for WVVH Hamptons Television. We're here for Kettle Comfort. Come on and join us.
When Tim presented me with this idea about Kettle Comfort, I was struck by the innovation and the power behind getting food to people, families and children, a true start at life with the things that we've been given so generously and kindly. I think we can seriously change the world. And so Tim, my hat's off to him, and wish us luck. We will be opening Thanksgiving Day, and we hope that this is a model that can be replicated across the country in any hunger-deprived or nutritious-deprived community. So, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks. And Mike Pienza. Mike is with Mr. Mudbugs in New Orleans. Mike is going to do all the sauces and soups, and he's going to be the godfather to make sure that we do what we say we're going to do. So, Mike, just give him a brief thing about what kettles can do.
Years ago, I met Tim back in New Orleans. I used to deliver produce to Tim when he was working at the World's Fair. And he, at that time, he was cooking in kettles. And his passion for kettle back then in the late 1970s.
1984 was
right?
the World's Fair. Yeah.
In the World's Fair, but you loved it before.
Yeah.
Was the kettle business. I've loved the kettle business all my life. And we teamed up together just recently. And when he told me about the project, I said, Tim, I'm all in. My heart's in it. My employees back in New Orleans, and we're going to extend them in New Orleans to West Palm. We're going to West Palm. I mean, it's such a great cause. To be able to cook the food that we cook tonight. In fact, if you go outside, we cooked in a small boiling pot that we brought food from New Orleans that we cooked, which we'll be doing it in West Palm and bringing it to different areas in the West Palm area as well as Florida. We could actually cook out of that little kettle outside for 2,000 people. You know, it's amazing. The kettles that we're going to be having in West Palm Beach, we'll be able to cook for 2,500 people out of one kettle. Our goal, Thanksgiving morning, we'll cook for 2,000 families. After that, we'll be cooking for 500 people a day, 1,000 to 2,000. Our goal is to cook up to 30,000 people a day.
That's right.
I'm all in. My heart's all in. Every one of our team members are all in. Tim, you're the best. And I got your back. You got my front. I'm with you. What a great team. Thanks everybody. And thank you for coming tonight. You got me.
Yeah.
And I'm here forever. Such a great part.
Mike is passionate, and I do love the kettle business. His business is growing, and it's going to be very exciting to add this non-for-profit side to it, and harnessing the great chefs. It's not just George, but it's Danielle Boulou. It's all the great chefs from America. The Culinary Institute of America wants to be involved and train people how to do this type of cooking, because this is really state of the art. This is like an iPad. I mean, this is really a transformer. It's a real transformer of how to feed people.
Tim, you're with Outback Steakhouse. You do some amazing things there, but you're doing something very special now. Tell us about it.
Well, at Outback, one of the things I do is I love to feed people. I love to create flavors that people find exciting and heartwarming. Now we're doing something very special. We're going to take some bold flavors and recipes, and we're going to bring them to people that are nutritionally deprived, and we're going to really delight people that need a little help. There's nothing like a great meal to warm your heart, warm your stomach, warm your soul, and do all of that. So that's what we're doing.
Now, where are you starting this at?
Palm Beach County. We're going to eliminate hunger in Palm Beach County in year 2012. Eliminate. We're going to try and do 5,000 meals a day, and we're starting Thanksgiving Day. And we have the Sheriff Rick Bradshaw as a partner, right. And he's got a great volunteer force, and we have our food lined up, our recipes lined up, and we're doing some fundraising. And
tell us about the name.
Kettle Comfort. Kettle Comfort. We bring comfort to people through kettles. What are kettles? They're big steam-jacketed kettles that can cook large volume of flavorful food. In one batch can serve 2,500 people.
That's
so
right.
It takes.
Now, how big are the kettles?
200 gallon. 200 gallon kettles, and each kettle turn every hour and a half can do 2,500 people.
Now you have some history with Kettles.
Yeah, 1984 World's Fair. I did on 1,800 square feet. For the World's Fair, I did Reunion Hall with Pete Fountain. I served 10,000 people a day on a kitchen almost this size that we're in tonight. And so I love the magic of the power of the technology of this matched with chef-inspired food.
Sure. Now you're reaching out to a lot of your friends, a lot of people around here.
Yeah.
You're out in the Hamptons now. You've been out here for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And you're reaching out. You're pulling all stops.
Yeah. You know, we threw a Hamptons party tonight, but here's what we did different. The food that people had that delighted all of these people, and these people can afford to eat a lot of different places. They can get on a jet and fly to Paris if they want. So they were delighted, and it's 42 cents a portion.
Amazing.
So that's
I was
the
fortunate. I had the jambalaya. I had the barbecue shrimp, which is out. I may take some to go.
Yes, you can.
Case.
Yeah.
Yes. But the food is outstanding.
Yes.
Most of all, your commitment to people less fortunate. I grew up in inner city Detroit. I know what it's like. I was less fortunate. We kind of work our way up through things. And what you do is pretty amazing.
Thanks.
So hats off to
Thanks. You know, it's really about, I love cooking for people. I love being around people. I love seeing them happy through food, like tonight. It put smiles on people's faces. And this is something I know how to do. This is my gift. So.
No. It's also, a lot of people aren't aware of this, but the Hamptons have a lot of homeless, a lot of people without food. We have the Hampton Food Pantry and Harvest out here, and it's amazing. It doesn't matter where you go throughout the United States and the world, there's people that need to eat.
Yes.
And what you're doing is just, you know, anything we can do, we definitely will help out.
Well, and this is, we're going to do a blueprint, and it's a blueprint for anybody to follow. The recipes are going to be, you know, available to anybody that wants them, the procedures, how it gets done. This is going to be something that anybody can access. We're going to help anybody that wants to be a part of it.
Now, we've got John Hopkins going to be doing some research on it because it's such an interesting thing. How do people get a hold of you, donate their time, do it?
Very simple, kettlecomfort.org. That's our new website. It just opened up today, and we're up and running, and that's how you can contact us, find us, kettlecomfort.org.
I was on the Steve Harvey Show and a program that was called Praise the Lord. And Steve Harvey's a great guy, a wonderful guy. I've known him, and we do a lot with him. We do a lot cooking for his kids when he brings underprivileged kids in. And I was on this show, and it was a very religious show, and Steve made me feel so comfortable during that show, and we did a great job. But while I was on this show, Isaac, I met him and I heard his voice. Isaac is here tonight, and I said, Isaac, you know, and I just asked him, it was, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I said, would you like to come up and sing? And I would like you to be the sort of the spiritual guiding light of Kettle Comfort, because it's got a beautiful voice, and it's a soulful voice, and it's also a voice with a message. So, little treat tonight, we're going to bring Isaac, and by the way, he's not only singing tonight, but we're featuring him at tomorrow's polo game. He's going to be doing Star Spangled Banner in front of 3,000 people. We're kind of and he's launching a CD. You have his CD in your party favor bag before you leave. So you'll be able to know who Isaac is and follow his career. He launches August 23rd. I'll let you, come on up, Isaac. Here he is. So Isaac, just before you start singing, tell him a little bit about where you are in your career, how it's going to get launched, and how great that we all feel. We got a preliminary behind the scenes preview prior showing to your great launch.
Thank you. Can everybody just give Mr. Tim Gannon a hand, please? I think it's amazing that you use your gift and your talent and the blessings that God has given you to share with the world. I think if more people took out the time and had a vision to do this for the world, it'll be a better place. Wouldn't you agree? So I just want to just congratulate you again for this opportunity for me to be here. Like Mr. Gannon said, we met on the TBN show, and he was just so gracious. His story and the way he told his story, it just really touched my heart, because to see someone so successful give back to the less fortunate and to the community, you just don't find that anywhere, you know. So he took us after the show to Outback Steakhouse, and he told us to get whatever we wanted on the menu, and we ate and ate and ate, and they treated us so wonderful. So I'm just again honored to be here. Again, my name is Isaac Curry. I have a CD that will be out in the stores on August 23rd. I am a Christian artist. I do music to inspire people. And when Mr. Gannon told me and my manager Monica Bacon about this Kettle Comfort project that he was putting on, we were all in. It's nothing like having a career but being connected to a cause. And I think the community and people respect people more when you're not just singing to get a check, but you're singing for a cause, and people, you can bless people and you can give back to people. So that's my story, and I just want to share a few songs with you tonight, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take this. Why do I do things that won't bring me closer to you? No reason, no excuse for most of them. So why do them responsible for my cause in pushing you away? And when I deserve to be left alone, you say couldn't help but notice something that just keeps happening. It doesn't make much sense to me, but it does it again and again. Lord, I promise this is really the last time.
Michael Mienza, unbelievable. First off, I love the jacket.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool.
Kettle Comfort.
Nice, nice. Now tell us a little bit about Kettle Comfort and what drove you to be part of it.
Kettle Comfort, when Mr. Tim Gannon came to us, and his legacy, what he was really feeling, what he wants to do and give back to the community,
Right.
and feeding the needy, feeding the homeless, feeding the children, feeding the correctional institutions, feeding the assisted living, giving back to the community. When he came to me, as I'm a kettle person, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, right?
Can't tell by the accent at all.
Can ya? And my business in New Orleans is Mr. Mudbug, and what we do there is we're behind the scenes in the restaurant industry, behind the scenes in the grocery store industry, and behind the scenes in the co-packing industry.
Right.
And we cook in kettles.
Nice.
We cook just like we call it back in New Orleans, your mom and them.
Your mom and
How your mom and
Yeah.
them. We used to go make groceries at Schwegman's.
Nice.
You know, it was told to us we only do groceries two ways. We either buy them or steal them. We're in
Right.
New Orleans,
Yeah.
we make them.
Oh, gotcha.
So we go and we make groceries. We
Right.
go home and we cook in a little pot. And I'm Italian,
Right.
so we cook everything. You know, and everybody cooks a lot from scratch.
Yeah.
We cook our own stocks, own roux, and that's how we do it at our company in New Orleans.
Right.
We cook our own roux, our own stocks. We cook everything from scratch, and we cook it in kettles.
Now you're taking that same philosophy.
Same philosophy, and we bringing it here to, actually we brought it here to Watermill,
Yeah.
New York, which is a beautiful area. I mean, this is gorgeous.
Tim said he's going to let you stay in the house whenever he's not here.
Yes, he said, Mike, no, nowhere. If you get to cook food like this, you're here
Yeah,
forever.
absolutely.
But we're bringing this to West Palm,
Yes.
West Palm Beach. And Tim, when he called me, he says, Mike, are you interested in helping out with the Kettle Comfort company? Are you interested in helping the needy? Are you interested? And before he could even stop or finish the sentence, I said,
right.
Tim, I'm all in. My heart is in. In fact, my company is Mr. Mudbug, MMI, King Creole, cooking from the heart.
Yes. Now, also, what's pretty amazing is you take this unique philosophy of the kettle cooking, and you have an opportunity now through feeding the needy, and actually taking this process and sharing it. Because
Yes.
I mean, feeding 2,500 people from a kettle.
Oh, incredible. In fact, tonight, if you want to go take a look at this kettle that we cooked in tonight, we're able to reheat, and we could cook for 2,000 people out of this small
Yeah, we'd love to
kettle.
go take a look.
We're
Can we
going
go
to take a
look
look
real quick?
We're gonna take a,
All right,
come
let's
on,
go.
come on, take a look. Now it's raining out here tonight, but we still cooking, and we still can make it happen. And this is how we make it happen. Back in West Palm Beach, we'll be cooking in a kettle, and these are red beans. We'll actually be cooking these red beans in a kettle at Kettle Comfort in West Palm Beach, and we can cook up to 2,500 people every time we turn a kettle over, which would take about 2 or 3 hours. So actually, at where we're going to be in West Palm Beach, we can cook for over 6,000 people a day.
George, how are you? Now, I was really
great,
fortunate to have some of this food. Tell us
Right.
about it. Now, this is food that you're actually going to serve to the needy.
That's correct.
Right.
As well as many other dishes that we have planned to do as well. But tonight, this is what we're having. All this will be available.
Right.
This is a New Orleans style barbecued shrimp. It's a spicy Cajun dish. Totally unlike barbecue,
Right.
as you can see. But it's got some fresh herbs and lots of garlic and black pepper and a nice creamy sauce.
Right.
Then it's served with grits. So it's kind of New Orleans version of shrimp and grits.
Gotcha.
This is just a familiar dish. It's just meat sauce and penne pasta. And then we have Cajun jambalaya, which must have been a hit tonight.
Absolutely. It was
because
great.
it's
I
almost
actually had
gone.
a couple of plates full of it, so I probably put damage into that.
Yeah, I did too.
Now, tell us a little bit about your past history, and also, how can you make things so cheap? I mean, you talk about, what, 42 cents
Well, let me
a
tell
serving?
you how we're going to make it cheap is because there's product available out there to people like us who are willing to do something for the needy.
Right.
Food for America is a great source that has a co-op of many vendors who want to give back,
Yes.
and we're recipients of that.
Right.
So, you know, for
Well, it's
example,
one
if
thing
someone
being a recipient, but it's also what you're able to create. It's just not.
Right.
It's just not pasta. It's it's great tasting pasta.
right, it's got flavor.
Yes.
And we're from New Orleans, and we like good flavor,
Yes.
and we know how to do it. I've been a chef for many years, since 1977.
Now, you also have a unique background with Outback Steakhouse.
Yes, I helped start Outback Steakhouse
Right.
with Tim Gannon. Tim and I worked in a previous life
Yes.
for a Cajun restaurant, and that's where I learned how to make a lot of bold flavored food.
Right.
And
Now, I've been a recipient of plenty of Outback, so thank you for that. I
good.
appreciate
Yeah, you're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yes. So, what's your vision for this in the future?
Well, I feel blessed that I'm able to be part of it, and have a stake in it, and just try to. I've been fortunate with my career, meeting someone like Tim.
Yes.
He's always been good to me, and I have a chance now to do something for some other people.
Great. Well, we applaud you. Great choice, great food,
Thank you.
and most of all, thank you so much for
Thank
giving
you. I
back.
appreciate
Really
it.
Hi there, I'm going to be terribly rude and ask you what you are having this evening.
Looks like an awesome bolognese. Like
It does look delightful, doesn't it?
look at this little
Oh.
parmesan. There we are.
Very fancy. So we have Chef George, Chef Michael, very accomplished both. And these two have a very interesting story about how they met again, I guess. Do you guys want to?
You want my version or his version?
Well, we'll want to start?
Well, you have one
We'll
version
start with
that-
high school.
High school.
Let's start with high school.
We rode on the same school bus together back in 7th and 8th grade. So we're going back probably 40 years ago. 1972. And we rode on the same school bus together. And we rode on a school bus through high school. And then he went his way, I went my way. Yeah, but he came back in a good way.
You both went your own way.
Yeah, we all in the same way. And then we re-met again in 2004.
And how was it that you met?
I had a partner, and we started a chain of chicken wing restaurants, and it got to a point where we needed somebody to make our sauces for us. I used to make them myself until I had 5 restaurants, and my partner knew of Mr. Mudbugs, and so we went for a meeting to see if they could make sauces for us, and my partner said, well, the guy's name is Mike Maenza. Is it Mike Maenza? I said, I know Mike Maenza. And so, long story short, we got him to make some sauces for a short while. I sold my business to my partner, and I stayed with Mike, and I'm still with Mike.
We've been like married ever since. It's been the best thing that's ever happened to me.
We married each other too. Come on.
We both love it. What a great team we make. I love him, and it's just been incredible.
And you guys are doing a very incredible thing here.
Yes.
Thank you.
And that's what our heart's in it. When Mr. Tim Gannon and his staff came on and asked us to, hey, would you be interested? Before we even stopped the sentence, I said, Tim, we're in. We got you. We're here. We know all about it, and guess what? Our heart's in it. We're here, and we're going to be here forever.
Well, you can tell your hearts are in it just by talking to you and when you taste the food. It's fantastic. Thank you guys so
We're
much.
gonna send that filet to you too, so you
Please
can make some
do.
gumbo.
Very excited.
Kettle Comfort. Kettle Comfort.
I'm here with Bill Burkhart from Johns Hopkins University. Tell us what you do over there.
So at Johns Hopkins, we work on basically putting the nonprofit sector and social enterprise on the economic map of the world. So we're looking at new innovations in social finance, philanthropy, and social enterprises like Kettle Comfort.
Right. Tell us a little bit about why you have such an interest in Kettle Company.
So Kettle Comfort intrigued us because it's a incredibly compelling social enterprise model. They're looking at having a genuine social impact, but at the same time creating sustainable revenue generating opportunities associated with it. And for us, when we look around the field, there's not a lot of examples that are that have the capacity and the interest to do these major evaluations of their impact. So it's an extremely compelling model that we're fascinated by.
Now, I'm in business. I dabble in a couple of different things, but I'm just amazed at the quality product that they can put out so inexpensively.
Yeah, well, I was actually just talking with Mike, the head chef here, and it's when you compare it to Feeding America, Meals on Wheels, Share Our Strength, I mean, this is a model that has never been tested before in this capacity. And so for us, it's looking at it and saying this extremely high nutritional content, the scale of the amount of food that they can produce, I mean, you bring those things together, we've never seen that before. So this is extremely fascinating.
We're really excited. Is there some other projects that you've been working on in the past that you really said, oh my gosh, this is great?
Yeah. So we've recently been working on a New Frontiers of Philanthropy project, which is looking at the new actors and tools that are emerging in the philanthropic space. So it's a lot of social investment, social innovation. And I think as we've worked our way through that, we've started really looking at, well, what's happening on the ground and getting out of the academic conceptual model and really looking at who are the pioneers in this field. And Tim Gannon and Stacy Dowdle, I mean, Kettle Comfort is a very exciting model. So we're excited to be a part of it.
Well, thank you so much. You're going to have to let us know how it goes.
Definitely.
And thank you so much for your commitment and your university's commitment. Thank
Pleasure.
you. Kevin, you're with Coca-Cola.
Yes.
All right. Tell us a little bit about why you're here tonight.
I'm here tonight to benefit the hungry, obviously, and we donated all the Coke products for you tonight. Just trying to help and team up with the Outback in order to provide for this great cause.
Now, I'm so fortunate I sit on the Red Cross. Coca-Cola is a huge supporter of the Red Cross. You actually rotate water for us. You give us a lot of product. Mm-hmm. What other sort of charitable organizations are you guys involved with?
As of right now, on Long Island, this is one of them that we just started with this year. Yep. And the Red Cross was something we started 2 years ago. We try and get involved with any type of organization that basically approaches us. We are out there looking for other causes, such as Long Island Junior Soccer League is another one that we're trying to get involved with recently that I'm heading out.
Now, what I'm amazed at is Coca-Cola, as big as it is, it's still community-driven.
Oh, absolutely. We're always thinking about anything we can do to help out in the communities.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and thank you for Coca-Cola and your commitment.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
I'm with Maya with XL Energy Drink.
Hi.
Now, look at the glass. We've got XL Energy.
Of course.
Tell us a little bit about your product.
Well, we have a few different flavors. You know, a regular version, of course, everybody likes that. What we are most proud of is the XL Cranberry Energy, because that's also how we are different from our competitors, because there is no other energy drink out there with a cranberry flavor right now.
Right. Now, you're also committed to certain charities. Tell us a little bit about your commitment.
Yes, we are very happy to be here tonight. You know, serving food or preparing food for homeless people is very nice, very great work, obviously. few weeks ago, we did an event out here in the Hamptons. It's Saving the Cheetahs,
Right.
which, you know, it's always great to be part of events like that and, you know, helping animals, helping people.
Great. Well, we appreciate your commitment. Thank you so much, and thank you for being
you.
here. Isaac, we are so fortunate to hear you sing. Unbelievable voice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
Yeah, now where'd you originally from?
I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. Well, I'm originally from Greensboro, North Carolina, but I've been in Atlanta for 12 years.
Nah, great. Born and raised in Georgia.
Yeah, well, born and raised in North Carolina.
Right.
I lived there all my life, and then I moved to Atlanta about 12 years ago, where I'm now residing and doing my music career.
Great. Now you have a new album coming out?
Yes, it's entitled Isaac Curry, Uncommon Me. It'll be in stores August 23rd, a little less than a month, so I'm gearing up for that.
Yeah, now what's it sound like? Is it all spiritual, or is it mixed all over the place?
Well, it's contemporary gospel and some traditional, but I just wanted to do something for all people. You know, sometimes you can listen to certain styles of music and you only get one thing. I wanted to be like a pot of gumbo. You get a little bit of everything in there.
Right. A bunch of flavor exploding.
Exactly.
There you
exactly.
go. Well, thank you so much. Tell us about your commitment to why you're here tonight.
Well, I met Tim Gannon in Dallas, Texas, doing a TV show called Praise the Lord, TBN, and he shared his vision about Kettle Comfort, and it just touched my heart, his story, and for him to be so successful and want to give back to people, it just blessed me, and it put fire under me to make me want to do more for my community and help out. I don't want to just be a singer that sings, but I want to be a singer that's connected to a cause, and this is a great cause.
This is Michael Wudyka
And AJ Carter.
with WVVH Hamptons Television. Thank you for joining us.
WVVH Hamptons Television.